Hello my friends, Katie here with Eastwick's Paper and Ink, and I'm excited to be back for another video hop with hashtag Team Tiny. This month's theme is Spring Flowers, so the link in the description box will read hashtag Team Tiny Spring Flowers. The purpose of the hop is to help small channels like mine to grow, so please like, comment, subscribe, and share. When you click on that hashtag, it's going to take you to all my other teammates who are crafting along on this hop, so make sure you click that link and check out their videos as well. Some of the products we're going to be using today is the Simon Says Stamp and CZ Design Peony Bouquet Stencil, and I know that that's a new one and a lot of people are using it. I don't have tons of like floral stencils, and so I really like this, but we're going to do this on dark cardstock. So the cardstock that I have sitting there is the Gina K Designs in the navy, and we're going to be using some Stazon Pigment ink in Snowflake, Lemon Drop, Pink Cosmos, and Shamrock Green. We're going to use just some basic makeup sponges. I picked these up at Walmart. You can get them at the dollar store. Mine are the round ones, but you can use the wedges as well, anything. I've got some scissors because I'm going to quarter those up. The little star foam that's up there is just an extra bit in case I needed to get into nooks and crannies. I don't end up using that. And the little makeup brush that I picked up, I am going to be using to add the yellow to my stamen. And it cleans up really nicely using my Nuvo Stamp Scrub Cleaner pad and Ultra Clean. So if you don't have sponges, I'm using the sponges because I can dispose of them. I don't need to keep them, and because they're pigment inks. But it does clean off your brushes, your makeup brushes. So if you find that that's all you have and that's what you want to use, then you can. So to start with, this is real time for this particular flower, and I'm going to just add a layer of white pigment ink. Now, some of you might be wondering, can I use any white pigment ink? And I would say yes. It's pigment ink, it's opaque. You're just adding a layer to make your color more vivid and vibrant. What I would say is, because from my ink, other white pigment ink pads, they're very juicy. So you want to make sure that your white pigment ink is dry. Now, what I really like about the Stazon Snowflake pigment ink is it dries quickly. So very much like your VersaFine Clairs, where you have it dries fast, but you still have embossing time. This is the same thing. So that's why I really like this one, and I didn't try it with another one. So I'm just going through, and I'm going to speed the video up as when I move on to the next flowers, but you're just adding a layer of white. Now, what's nice again about this ink that dries quickly is that you can layer it up. So you let it dry, and you can see I have some blue that's kind of coming through. I don't mind that. I just wanted to put a quick layer down, but you can, when it dries, add more, and that will make it more bold and vibrant once you add your colors to it. So I also used a repositionable adhesive on the back of my stencil. I prefer that when I'm using stencils, especially delicate stencils, because those little lines, when you're pouncing, blending, whatever, they lift up, and then you don't have that stencil line that you expect to get. Here I show you cleaning off that brush, and one side's to clean it, one side's to kind of dry it, and it came right off. So now I'm going to use the Pink Cosmos ink, and again, they dry quickly, so I am going to add a couple layers to the pink. So I'll do one, then I'll move on to the next flower, then go back in, and so it's nice that you can build the color, fill in the gaps if you want to add in, with even smaller detailing, trim your sponges down or whatever, brushes, to add in more deeper details. That's why I wasn't real worried about getting exact color, you know what I mean, and letting some of that blue shine through and things like that. So Super easy. Again, you could do this with your dye inks, your oxide inks. I try to, I'm very selective on the inks that I buy. I try not to go and have every single thing that's out there, but what's going to work for my purposes. And I like to bullet journal. So one of the problems I was having was the dye inks bleeding through, and I am actually using the 110-pound index cardstock, which is what Catherine Pooler uses, and I still, I had the ghosting, I had the shadowing, I didn't care for it. So I was using my VersaFine Clairs, but I have a lot of dark inks on that in those colors, and there's a lot, and I came across these pigment inks and I thought, you know what, it's 12 colors, 2 of them, one's white, one's black. It just gives me a perfect rainbow of colors to be able to use for my stamping as well as bullet journaling. And I was also finding I had to use extra panels in my cards, unlike the inside panels, because the ink would bleed through even on the 110-pound. So pigment ink is I think what I prefer. So I'm using the A2 layering dies from Waffle Flower. I just took the second one down just to trim an edge off so that we can have a border on our white card base, which is the Nina 110-pound. I'm using the Big Thanks word stamp set from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm using some Gina K Designs embossing ink, and I really like it. I said in a previous video that I didn't love it, but that was user error. I really do like the ink. It like all her inks, and my absolute favorite ink of hers is the soft gray. Oh, I love it. It is the perfect gray, and I like gray, the color gray. I think it's a nice color besides black that will go with anything. But anyway, so I'd recommend her inks too. You know, she's got some really, really nice inks. But again, sentiments coming from that same Big Thanks word stamp set from Simon Says Stamp, and that one's really, it's the smaller wording, so the sentiment is sending love, hugs, and lots of. So it'll read sending love, hugs, and lots of thanks. And I'm going to go ahead and add in just a little flower on the inside of that card panel, and you can see that the stencil's filthy. I didn't clean it. It's been sitting on my desk while I do everything else, and so it's had a chance to dry on there. And that's okay, because if you have some ultra clean, whether it's the Simon Says Stamp or Hero Arts, or even Brutus Monroe's cleaner might clean it too. I don't have his, but I heard his cleaner is very good. You can use those. I use the ultra clean from Hero Arts, and it came right off, no problem. And it had been dried on, layered on, as you can see. I'm going to do it again when I do the envelope. So it will come off, don't worry. In fact, my still photos will show that. So now I'm just adding some double-sided adhesive to a piece of craft foam to mount up my panel. And we're going to do the inside sentiment using Delicata ink in Golden Glitz. And the sentiment for that is for always being there. So the whole card reads sending love, hugs, and lots of thanks for always being there. My mom was in town this last week, so I'm going to send that to her for her visit. So we're going to mount that panel, and that's going to totally complete the card. And I thought about putting some embellishments on, and off camera I toyed with a few different things, and I just didn't love them. I thought that with the gold sentiment and the flowers, you know, they actually, when you put them angled in the light, there's kind of a sheen, which I'll show you when I finish with the envelope. And I didn't feel that it needed it. But certainly if you decide to do this with your own inks, like I said, you can use it with dye inks, you can use it with your oxides, that you could absolutely embellish it how you'd like, but I wanted to keep it just simple. So now I'm working on the envelope, and again, you see my filthy stencil, and I'm going to show you the pad that the pink isn't coming off, so you don't need to be concerned that it's going to come off, you know, and and mix with everything. So you're able to use these particular inks in this, you know, in this way, so that you don't have to constantly be going down and cleaning it. Again, repositionable adhesive. So far you've seen me use it 3 times, so it gets quite a good bit of tack. To clean the adhesive off, I know there's a lot of questions about how to do that. I had sprayed Ultra Clean on the stencil, and so there was a little bit on there, you know, the little residue that's left from it, and I ended up just putting some Goo Gone, squirting some Goo Gone on there, and also put some Goo Gone in an old toothbrush and use that to clean it away, and then some soap and water, and it worked perfectly. So, you know, if you need to, the adhesive tends to build up even though it's not tacky, so eventually you will want to, you know, clean it. I know I do, and I found so far that Goo Gone has worked the best. Let me know in the comments below if there's something else you use. I'm totally interested. Also, answer me this question: what is your favorite spring flower? I'd like to know. I like peonies. I like tulips and daffodils and all kinds of spring flowers, but I like those. Those are the most vibrant and colorful that pop up at the beginning of the spring season. So let me know in the comments below what your favorite spring flower is. So as we finish up this envelope, again, I want to thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful to have you here. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to my current subscribers. You guys being here and honestly not feeling like I'm just talking to myself is a blessing. So I really appreciate having you guys here, and I love the fact that you watch my videos and you like and you comment and you took the time to subscribe. So thank you so much. Make sure you click that link in the description box below, hashtag Team Tiny Spring Flowers, and spread the love. Watch my other teammates and the cards and projects that they're creating, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on their channels as well. We're just adding in some of that green ink to our leaves, and that's going to finish up our envelope. That's going to finish it up for us today, guys. I want to thank you again so much for being here and watching this video. Don't forget to hit that hashtag in the description box below, hashtag Team Tiny Spring Flowers, and check out all my other teammates that are participating in this hop. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and answer that question: what's your favorite spring flower? Catch you in the next video.